rethinking whether I should do this match reaction or go and sleep and just do it tomorrow. That's how deflating that is. That's how deflating it is. I literally do not know what to say. I do not know what to say. I have to do the intro though. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal and welcome to the match reaction for the disastrous 2-1 defeat to Everton. Everton have not won a game. Oh well, they had not won a game since September. They've lost 8 games. They've not won in 8 games. Upstep Arsenal, obviously, and we get beaten, obviously. Now, we've never won at Merseyside since 2017, and we are heading into 2022, and we'll probably not win at Anfield again next season and at Goodison Park again. I literally do not know what to say. I'm going to do the player ratings tomorrow. I'm just going to talk through the mistakes I saw today and your comments and just end it and just think about this match. That was worse than the United game, for sure. That was worse than United game. Especially after you take the lead right before halftime, just what you need right before halftime. In the second half, you're hoping let's come and then make a mistake, get a second goal, and the game is over. Nothing like that. Literally, in fact, that goal, we were so lucky to be 1 goal ahead because Everton should have been 2 goals ahead. And that goal we scored, that was our second touch in the box. That was our second touch in Everton's box on 55 minutes. So we literally had only 2 shots. 2 touches, not shots, 2 touches in Everton's box the whole first half. It's fine. You could have such games, you could have such halves, but you're hoping in the second half, let's come pick it up. You can get a goal. And if it's a poor game, as long as you get the 3 points, that is fine. That did not happen, man. That did not happen. We came into the second half, we stopped playing again. And the most annoying thing is that every time we concede, that's when we start playing again. And we start showing moves, we start showing things here and there for like 10 minutes, and then we drop off again. That's not it. Nketiah missed a one-on-one chance. A one-on-one chance? Nketiah missed an open goal, just like Aubameyang did against Newcastle. Exactly the same way. Aubameyang came on. He also had like almost a one-on-one chance, and he missed it as well. Lacazette came on today to replace Aubameyang. Was he really a threat for the Everton defenders? I don't think so. What happens next time? Smith Rowe is injured. Saka was hit a lot today. Martinelli went off injured. So what happens in the next games? We have Southampton and West Ham. What happens? Do you bring Balogun to play? Who do you play? If Martinelli is injured, if Smith Rowe is injured, Partey is looking awful. He's going to the African Cup. The guy who was supposed to replace him, Elneny, is also about to go to the African Cup. And Lokonga, I don't know what happened to Lokonga. Please, someone tell me what happens to Pepe. Is he going to be sold in January? Because when I see Nketiah coming on, I'm just like, we are going to lose this game now. And that showed when he got that chance. You cannot depend on Nketiah. Aubameyang is not performing. The backup strikers I do not trust. I definitely do not trust Nketiah. I definitely do not trust Lacazette to score goals. When was the last time Lacazette scored a goal? Pepe, you do not trust Pepe. Smith Rowe is out. Saka has played too many games. Partey is out of form. I mean, we had gone 10 games unbeaten and now we've lost 3 in 4. How many goals conceded? 4, 7, 9. We've now conceded 9 goals in the 4 games. We were lucky not to concede more against Liverpool in the second half. We were lucky not to concede if Ramsdale wasn't a good keeper in the United game. Ronaldo would have had a hat-trick. If they didn't turn up, if VAR didn't help us today, they would have won that game by 4 goals or 5 goals. That's how lucky we were today. What next? I've seen a lot of people saying Ateta out. I've seen people saying Aubameyang out. I've seen people saying Nketiah out. That will probably not happen. And I thought the United and Everton games were the easier games because next we have West Ham. Obviously, United away is not an easy game, but you know what I mean. United have not been on good form. Everton have not been on good form. We are now going to face teams that have been great. Teams like West Ham at home. Leeds away, they've just picked it up as well. Like, we had the chance of going 4th last week. We now have to win our next game seriously, or otherwise we'll be 10th. In the space of 1 week, in the space of 10 days, we are going from not going to 4th to now almost going to 10th. And we've let United pass us, we've let Tottenham pass us, and we had the chance of going 8 points ahead of United the other day. I am so deflated, man. I cannot rant. I feel like crying. I just don't know what to do, man. Let me see what you guys have to say because I'm so deflated. I'll probably do another reaction tomorrow in the player ratings when I rewatch the game. They're obviously already showing us the game on TV, but I don't have the guts to watch it right now. Why Arteta play Xhaka? Now we all knew that when Xhaka comes, he's going to definitely play, and there he was. In fact, I don't think Xhaka. If I was to rate players, I think Xhaka would be amongst the top 3 players today. I think Nketiah coming on, Aubameyang coming on, they're all awful. Martinelli was super quiet today. Ødegaard got the goal. He had a couple of openings. Ødegaard had mentioned him as at least we did see him today. Partey was awful again. I mean, I'd say Xhaka was one of our better players today because all the others were terrible. Tactical says I'm pissed. Cookie says Aubameyang, go. I've had enough. I've been his biggest supporter. Now, as I asked Cookie, next game we have Southampton. Martinelli went off injured. Lacazette, I don't trust him to score goals. Now, who do you play in that game? Because I'm running out of players to play. You get the 1-0 lead. You're not even supposed to be looking for a third goal. You're supposed to be getting a second goal and game over. That's all you need. The moment you go 2 goals up, Everton, the fans turn on the players, and we literally lost to a team that were planning to protest today. That's how bad it was. Same, but my God, he has to go. We missed ESR today. Absolutely, man. He personally is my favorite player right now. We need a striker like a suits this system at runs at CAM. I mean, Lacazette I don't think he's also a striker. I think he lost his goal scoring touch. I don't think he's a striker at all, Lacazette. I can't see him scoring 20 goals in a season. I cannot see him doing that. And either way, he's still living. And we had a lot of warnings in that game because I can see Ramsdale making saves. In the first half, they should have scored 3 goals. And I actually tweeted in the 60th minute, they got 2 goals disallowed and they've just missed a chance. They'll definitely score. The third one will not be disallowed. And he didn't. And what a dagger, man. That 4th goal was that third goal, the second goal for them. I don't even know how many goals they scored. The second goal for them was the dagger. What a hit. We let Gray score. And we almost let Iwobi score as well. If Iwobi scored that goal, I wouldn't have been doing this live right now. Just go to bed and just close my eyes and just sleep. They were very unlucky not to get this second goal. That was very deflating, man. Where do we go for next? Because the transfer window is not for another 1 month. We still have another 8 games to play before the transfer window. Nketiah should have scored, and overall, I don't rate him. He needs to go out on loan. Nketiah is not a striker for the Premier League. Even if I was a defender in the Premier League and Nketiah comes on, I'm like, you know what, guys? Calm down. Nketiah is on. We don't have to worry too much. Ødegaard was good today, though. Should have had a hat-trick, but good defensive blocks from Everton. He was okay, yeah, good defensive blocks. But then again, there's a couple of times where he had the chance to shoot to the right foot, but turned to the left foot. The moment you turn to your left foot, the defenders have covered. Simple as that. He did good, yes. So frustrated. Southampton better be 3 points. I mean, are we going to get to Southampton before the world falls apart on us? Because things are not looking good right now. People are on to Arteta's case. People are on to Aubameyang's case. People are on to Nketiah's case. People are on to Partey's case. Partey was one of our better players, is now not performing. Nketiah needs to go this January. Laka and Oba at the end of the season. Get Isaac and maybe someone like Jovic to compete with him. We definitely need a striker in January. We cannot go without any striker because we'll drop past top 6 because yes, we don't create that many chances, but the few we are creating, we are fluffing them. Like, how did Nketiah miss this? This is supposed to be a simple header for a striker. That is not a complicated header. There's no defender marking him. There's no defender in front of him. No defender behind him. Pickford is nowhere close. The goal is right there, and he misses. So, can you make a case for Nketiah coming on next time to start? I mean, someone like Nketiah, imagine you're Nketiah. Aubameyang has not been performing, Lacazette has not been scoring goals. Balogun is not promoted yet. This is your chance this is a chance. This is like your 5th chance to now get into Arsenal's first team and score the goals. And then you miss an open goal. That is the 2nd time in 3 games you're missing an open goal. I'm not talking about the goalkeeper saved it or something, goalkeeper produced a worldie. Open goal. They scored from an open goal. Seeing Gray scoring like this and removing his shirt is so deflating, man. It's not an awful run of games, but you're 7 below Spurs and United, which had, I thought United and Everton weren't that bad of games. I was talking about Liverpool. The first thing I said after the Liverpool loss was, it's okay. We now have a good run of fixtures. We should be getting at least 5 out of 6 wins. United, away, they haven't been on good form. I'd take a draw. Everton, we should win. Newcastle, we should win. Leeds, we should win. West Ham, we should at least get a point. We've now lost 3 of those 4 games. And next up, we have Southampton at home. This is the same thing we were experiencing last November and December. This is exactly like last Christmas. Arsenal ruined it for us last Christmas. The same way. Everton beat us the December last year. The same kind of game again. I think they beat us 2-1 as well last December. And again, fast forward 1 year, December, Everton beat us again. Right after we had lost the previous game again, just like last season. I can't say Southampton and West Ham are good games. West Ham, I'm afraid of that West Ham game. What do we do now? Do we now not play in their away games? Because Liverpool, Everton, Chelsea, United, which other team? I almost said United twice, because we always lose these games. Do we not play away to these top 6 teams, or what happens now? We won't beat West Ham. Yeah, we forget beating West Ham. Will we score a goal against West Ham? Because I'm scared of that game. I mean, they've beaten United in the Carabao Cup this season. They beat City in the Carabao Cup. They should have gotten something from United if Noble scored the last-minute penalty. They beat Liverpool, scored 3 goals past a good Liverpool defense. They put 3 goals past a very good Chelsea defense. Southampton at home, West Ham at home, Leeds away, Norwich away. That must be 12 out of 12, and then we can dream of a draw versus City to make it 13. I mean, I'm looking at tomorrow tactical. I'm not even looking tactical and cookie. I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm not even looking at those games for sure, man. Like, are we even going to get to those games alive? Because I'm so deflated right now. Southampton at home should be a good win. They don't score that many goals. But then again, it's Arsenal. They can make sure Theo Walcott will probably score again like he did last season. Hopefully, European football kicks in United and Spurs' legs. I mean, I think right now we should be looking at ourselves. There's someone actually who tweeted that we should be looking at Wolves and Brighton, which teams they're playing next. I don't think so. We're supposed to be looking at our own games, because I don't understand how you can just get a goal right before halftime. Very good goal, right? Nicely worked goal. Okay, come into the second half and pick it up. I need to see our goal as the first goal from Everton. I had Partey made a mistake. What was I doing? I think I was looking at Twitter, and then I just saw Gray hitting the post and then Richarlison scoring. At today's, and the 40 Ramsdale is what, 23, Tierney 24. I mean, yeah, we have a very young team. I did expect us to lose a few games this season, but there's a way of losing games. If you perform well and then you lose the game, that's fine. Like, I was not complaining about which game. Okay, probably all the games this season have been really bad. Like Man City was terrible, Brentford was a tough loss, and then we are losing all the away games. I've even lost out home this season apart from Chelsea. To add to that as well, we also lost. The under-23s team lost to Everton today as well. They've beaten us twice on the same night. When you have managers like Dyche, who has been in the league for a long time, and managers like Tuchel, Benitez, Rodgers, Klopp, Guardiola, and Conte, who have proved themselves before, it's very tough. I'm just contemplating what just happened, trying to calm myself down. I mean, okay, can you guys explain to me, how did we go 10 games unbeaten? Because you can say that we faced some terrible teams. Okay, Norwich away, Tottenham, they aren't in good of forms, but a result like Leicester away, Tottenham at stay, Tottenham at home, those were good results. Like, I was like, the defense is looking good, but there's only so much they can do. And it's not one player as well. Last time out, Lenny was okay, but does he really fill you up with confidence? No. Niles played well, but he came on against Liverpool. He looked very shaky. Partey's looking very shaky. Aubameyang is looking very bad. Nketiah comes on, misses an open goal. Lacazette, to me, is not really a striker who's going to get you 20 goals. Saka is getting injured, is looking very tired. Smith Rowe is now out. Martinelli has played well for the 2 games, got subbed off to do with an injury. Ødegaard, I'd say, is okay, but he has that lack of concentration sometimes, like giving away the penalty. Like, who do we turn to? Everton had gone, they'd drew to Man United, they lost to West Ham, they lost to Watford. And the worst thing is that Watford put 5 goals past Everton. Liverpool put 4 goals past Everton. Man City put 3 goals past Everton. Wolves beat them by 2 goals. West Ham beat them at Everton at their own ground, and then we lost to them. When Oba missed that late chance, I went crazy. How you put it there in your one chance? I mean, I think it went out for a throw-in. That is lack of confidence. There's a time when they were running for their second goal, I was screaming. I knew it was Xhaka, but I was like, oh man, someone just take him down because it's going to fall to Gray. We had a warning. He hit the post before that. Ødegaard, Nketiah, and Oba should have scored their chances. They should have. In such games, when you don't perform well, you get 1 or 2 chances, you put them in. You put them on target. Come on, Obama, you put them on target. Forget about scoring. You even put them on target. Just that. That's what I'm asking for. Aubameyang is finished, man. I love him, but he's just not it anymore. I mean, I don't think he'll leave at the end of the season. I think we'll still have him next season. While Lokonga, even Maitland-Niles baffles me. Niles wasn't even on the bench today. That's another interesting thing. Last two, El Neni and Xhaka started, while Lokonga and Niles are sitting on the bench. I mean, there's also a lack of consistency in our midfield. Partey started today with Xhaka. The other day it was Partey and El Neni. The previous game before that, it was Partey and Lokonga. The previous game before that, it was Partey and Niles. The game before that, Watford, it was Niles and was it the Partey player? Was it Niles or Lokonga? We are switching a lot of. I think the last 5 games we've changed our midfield combination 5 times. There's no consistency there. I don't know why I didn't buy a midfielder. Great, Tomiyasu was a great buy on the last day. But really, why didn't we get a midfielder? Can someone explain that to me? Why didn't we get a midfielder? Because now El Neni and Partey are leaving anyway in January for the African Cup. So who will play midfield? GGMU TV says shades of grey. They're now making fun of us. There were 6 points behind us the other day. How did we even let them pass us? Yeah, you did say we were going to lose. Yeah, I know. Mr. Raptor, we are not singing Oba today, boys. God, he needs to go. I mean, if you watch that game from start to finish, there's a lot of players you can say they need to go. If I was watching an Arsenal game for the first time today, I did not know any of those players, and you ask me which players should leave, I'd tell you this Nketiah guy looks awful, this Aubameyang guy looks awful. I'll tell you this Partey guy looks awful. I'll tell you, I mean, Gabriel gave away a couple of balls. He's okay, but he gave away a couple of balls and they got a couple of chances. Put them in a bin. I know. I mean, I'm watching Arsenal for the first time. That's what I mean. I'd say, nah, he's not good. I'd be like looking at that bench. This guy called Pepe, who is he sitting on the bench? Just get rid of him. I'd be like Martinelli, who's that guy? That was not good enough. Get rid of him. Like if I was to watch that game for the first time today, an Arsenal game, I mean, I'd only say Ødegaard looks decent. I'd probably say Tomiyasu looks decent. Tierney put in a cross, okay, got subbed off. I don't know if he's not fit yet because he played 3 games for Scotland, 90 minutes. So why is he not playing 90 minutes for Arsenal? Long term, I think Ødegaard, Emil, Saka, and Gabi get in this team over Laka and Obaya for sure, 100%. Left wing, Emil, central attacking midfielder, Ødegaard, right wing, Saka, striker, Martinelli. Not Martinelli's natural position, but he can do it. I mean, right now, you just have to try it. I don't like it as well because he can have the pace, he has the heading ability, he can shoot with his left or right, fine. But if you put Martinelli up against Van Dijk, if you put Martinelli up against Rudiger, he'd just be bundled off the ball. That's the thing. So we definitely need a striker in January, that's for sure. If we went with them, that I feel with aggression of Premier League defenders and their great talent, but still young, I feel will be hit on the break. GJM's TV says I called this second offside should have been given. In my opinion, I agree. This wasn't our game of the season. I think this is my worst game of the year. And there's been Villarreal, there's been Brentford, but this game is the worst for me. Everton should have won 3-1 if you're being honest, 4-1 maybe. Second wasn't clear. Nketiah missed an open goal. Can you explain to me how he missed that? Because he would have scored that, I would have scored that. How did he miss that chance? Because if you get that, it's 2-1. Even if they score, it's 2-2. Let's get away there with a draw. There's a time Xhaka said in one of his interviews, sometimes you might not win, you just get away there with a draw. That's fine. Just do that. Just do that. Don't miss the open goal, man. Like, now we are talking about the midfield not being okay. Arsenal is the only team. This reminds me of last season. Last season, I did say when we were losing a lot of games, I think we lost like 12 games or something. I say the problem with, you can look at Chelsea and you can say last season, okay, their problem is this position. You can look at Man City and say, okay, they need a striker. That's it. The other positions are good. You can look at Brighton and say, if Brighton get a decent striker, they can be converting these chances. We are back again last season, like we were last season with this team. It's not one problem. You can look at the manager, you're like, You look at the midfield, you're like, we need people there. You look at this Aubameyang, you're like, you look at Nketiah, honors, same. You look at the no identity in the team, no tactics at all. Like, we score one goal and then we defend. Arteta did say the other day it isn't his fault that he's not telling the players to defend, but why are we taking the foot off the pedal at totally, like, after getting the first goal? It's looking like we're going for the 1-0 every single game. It worked for a couple of games against Norwich, Burnley. It's now not going to work. You cannot score one goal against Southampton and West Ham and park the bus. That cannot happen. They'll get an equalizer very, very soon. We've now lost 2 back-to-back games for the first time since August. The problem with Arsenal, again, is there's no game that I watch and I'm like, Arsenal are really dominating this game. There's no game that I'm thinking Arsenal is really dominating this game. We do it for 8 minutes and then the other team has the ball and then we don't touch the ball again for 20 minutes and then we get a chance, maybe we score and then we miss a couple of chances and then this other team dominates us for 30 minutes. Like, if you watch City and Liverpool, City dominate a game for 90 minutes, 1,000 passes, 95% possession, 20 shots on target, 15 shots off target, 10 corners. Like, they dominate the game. For us, it's never like that. Pepe is worth 2 cents right now. Yeah, if you sell him, I don't even think we'll get 5 million right now. I'm better than Aubameyang. I mean, yeah. If we win 4-4 now, I'd be very happy. I mean, if we win the next game, I'd be happy. I'd be happy if we win the next game because there's a chance we could drop back to 10th again, just like that. One week. The good thing with December is when you lose a game, you can play another game after 2 days and you can make things right. But when you start losing back-to-back games in December, you're looking at the third game and you're like, maybe we need a 2-week break. I disagree with Lokonga and Niles, man. Now that Xhaka is back, Xhaka is going to play. Just know that. Now that Xhaka is back, he's definitely going to play. Marike, thank you for the super chat. I'm happy with the results, but amazing stream. I mean, I'm so deflated. I'll probably do the player ratings tomorrow because I'm so deflated. I need to rewatch the game somehow. Thank you for that, though. But the Arsenal under-23 team lost today, and the first team lost as well. I'm not Arteta out, but definitely Oba out. I've never said Arteta out, but I'm worried about a few things, like that thing of scoring 1 goal and not getting any more chances at all, not creating anything. That's terrible. There's one thing I like players have not performed is taking them out. Like Aubameyang, like sit on the bench. If this player doesn't perform, he takes them out. Tierney, if Tavares plays well, he starts ahead of him. That's fine. Last season, we had to deal with Willian and Bellerin for the entire season without him taking them out. But, I mean, I don't like his subs this season as well. I don't know why Nketiah is coming on as a winger for 2 games in a row against United and Everton away. What is Nketiah going to do? Like, there's a part of me against United. I was like, just keep Aubameyang on the pitch because there's nothing Nketiah is coming to do. Just keep him on the pitch. Let him miss. But don't bring Nketiah on because Nketiah does not fill you up with confidence. At least when you talk to the opposition fans about Aubameyang, they'll tell you, you know what, Aubameyang has not been on form, but I'm afraid if he gets a one-on-one chance against Maguire, he'll score. I've heard United fans saying that last week. But with Nketiah, can you really hear other fans saying that, like, Nketiah, you remember that goal he scored? Can you even remember 2 goals Nketiah scored? We can't. Defenders do not fear Nketiah at all. I always say that every single time. I can tell you 5 good moments from Saka. I can tell you 5 good moments from Smith-Rowe. I can tell you 5 good moments from Martinelli. Can I really tell you 5 good moments from Nketiah? I can't. And he's been here since like 2015 for 6 years. What is he still doing here? Like, I'll bring on Pepe. Just bring him on. Let's see what he can do, what he can't do. Because bringing on that guy it does not fill you up with confidence, man. That is so. I saw someone tweeting, you need a goal and then you bring in Aubameyang. I mean, what happened to Aubameyang? This was the guy that was getting our goals. Now, we Arsenal fans are even making fun of him. Our own fans are making fun of him. I did not know we were going to end up in this position. After beating Watford 1-0, I thought, you know what, Liverpool, yes, we might lose, that's fine. But maybe we're not going to lose by 5 or 4 goals. We did. I was like, Newcastle, maybe pick it up, score 2 or 3 goals. We scored 2, that's fine. A good win, a clean sheet. But then losing to United, I don't think we should have lost to United. We gave away a silly penalty. Today, we definitely should have lost. Today, they should have had 4 or 5 goals. Like, we were so lucky to be 1 goal ahead at halftime. I can't even explain. So in case you didn't watch the game, here are the decisions. These were the goals that were disallowed from Everton's point of view. Do I have both of them or do I have one of them? I think I have one. This was the first goal that was disallowed from Richarlison. That looked a bit offside. When I saw it, I was like, that is offside. That is offside. Please save us. That is offside. I was hoping it is offside. It was given offside, that goal. Do you guys think that was offside? I thought I had the second one here, but I think I just got so stressed I didn't even upload it. But this goal was a dagger. We let him run and shoot the ball. That was a dagger. That was a horrible. I'll go for 30 minutes on this stream, by the way. See what happens when you don't have Emil, though he contributes so much towards this team at Start Laka when Emil is fit. The other thing with Emil, last season he was getting injured a few times. So can you really just play him every single time? I don't think so, man. I feel sick. Lamin says, my brother, I feel sick. You're not alone. It's a Monday. Oh, my goodness. It's a Monday night as well. You still have the whole week to go. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know what happens tomorrow? We'll probably see City and Liverpool playing tomorrow, beating teams in the Champions League. On Wednesday, we'll see United trashing Young Boys. We'll see Chelsea trashing Zenit. And then Thursday, probably Tottenham win, Leicester win. And then I'm even choking, man. Saturday, we are playing Southampton at 3 p.m. UK time. The same time with Chelsea, the same time with Liverpool. Are you convinced we'll win that game? Because I'm not. Tactical says Glenn better than FTV. Nah. Even Glenn does not agree with that. So, I mean, I do love. I'm waiting to see what Robbie says tonight. By the way, I respect FTV. I think Arteta needs better coaches behind him. I mean, this is a debate. You know, there's at least 50% of the Arsenal fan base that will not hear that comment, Cookie. They'll actually slap you from here saying that. But there's a couple of people who will say, you know what? Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, I know the guys who are behind Carrick, like, not behind Carrick, behind Solskjaer, Carrick. I hear about McKenna, I hear about Fletcher, I hear about Phelan. You know, the funny thing is that I know the Man U's coaches more than Arsenal's coaches. You know, I cannot even tell you the name for Arsenal's third coach. I cannot tell you that. I can tell you the name of the coach and the assistant coach, but I cannot tell you the name of the others. That's the funny thing. I never hear about them. I never hear about them at all. United fans complain about the coaches. That's why we hear about them. I cannot even tell you the names of Arsenal's coaches at all. Are they really involved? I don't even know what to think about this right now. Arteta needs to stop experimenting amongst the team and choose a decent team and stick with a midfield pairing. I did say this at the beginning of the season. Now that people said it's good that you're not in the Europa League. But I actually said, fine, it could be good. But it could also be very bad for 2 reasons. The first reason is, the first and the only reason I'm going to talk about, because that is what comes from your comment tactical. In the Europa League, when you're playing against Rapid Vienna away from home, you can experiment. You know, you can say, you know what, today, let's play Balogun and let's try Nketiah on the left, let's try Smith Rowe on the right, and let's try Saka as a number 10. You could also say, how about you try Tomiyasu as a centre-back against this team called, this team from Slovenia called whatever FC. Let's play these players against them and let's see how it works. If it doesn't work and then you end up winning 1-0 like we did last season, I think we beat Rapid Vienna 2-1, Dundalk 3-1 or something. You can say, you know what, Tomiyasu at centre-back, it did not work. In the Premier League against Everton, we will not play that. But now we don't have the Europa League to turn to. The Carabao Cup comes once in a month. So we literally have nowhere else to experiment. That's why you need to get it right in training. Last season, you could maybe get it wrong in training, but experiment against Dundalk, Rapid Vienna. This season, we can't because we don't have Europa League football. We have to do everything in training and get it right by the Saturday, by the Sunday, by the Monday. Now, we cannot be experimenting things. It's fine. You can make a couple of changes. It's December. The games are coming thick and fast, but it does feel like some things are being experimented tactical because Nketiah on the left. I mean, everyone knows Nketiah cannot play on the left side. It's looking like, it's like the other day looks like he was fed up with Aubameyang and he was like, let me just bring on Nketiah and those other players. But that puts us in a lot of uncertainty again because you're asking for top four. I was not asking for top four. I was asking for top six. Top four is going to be very hard. The truth is, the likes of United have better players than us, and now they've changed the manager. They'll be building. Have you looked at United's fixtures? They have good fixtures like until March. Teams like Tottenham, they have played Norwich, Brentford. They have Burnley game in hand. They have good fixtures coming up. But he never makes subs, and I think that's because the coaches are poor behind him. Like I said, do you think it's maybe because we are falling into Arsene Wenger trap? Because there's a time Steve Ball was like telling Arsene Wenger, you know what, bring so and so, and he's like, nah, I'll keep it the way it is. Wenger was kind of ignoring his coaches. Do you think it's the same with Arteta? Like I said, plays well with Emil and Saka. I can agree with that. Yeah, Sanogo brought me more confidence than Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, Sanogo. I mean, yeah, Sanogo scored a hat trick. When was the last time Nketiah scored a hat trick in a game? I think we need Isaac. Laka can play as a striker, in my opinion, Martinelli until we get Isaac. Then Saka, Emil, Ødegaard, and Martinelli can all fit into the behind Isaac. What do you mean? Tottenham will lose to Rennes and crash at the conference. Yeah, I don't think they'll win. I think I saw Rennes the other day. They won by 5-0. But I mean, they're looking good in the league. They're winning the games they're meant to win. They beat Leeds, they beat Brentford, they beat Norwich, and then now they're above us. They could be a good thing because next time they're going away to Brighton, but you cannot look at other teams. We have to look at ourselves totally because West Ham is carrying the hell out of me. Everton apparently wants it out. Everybody wants it. Apparently everyone wants it out. Stop flip-flopping and back the manager. I did it a few times before, but that's because results are so random. I'm at in and no, we turn this around. I've never been at out. But I cannot also stand in front of you and confidently say I'm at in because I'll be like, will I be put in the newspaper tomorrow as this guy is a mad person going around? Watch out for him. He's saying at in. If we did sack at which shouldn't, who would we hire? I've seen someone talking about Ronald Koeman. Please, God, no. Please, God, no. Ronald Koeman? No, please. No, please. We cannot have Ronald Koeman at Arsenal. Now, you know what happens if you bring in someone like Ronald Koeman? Ronald Koeman is going to come with his own ideas. Maybe he does not want to build with Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe. He'll be like, you know what? No, me, I like the experienced players. I like Pepe. I like Niles. I'll bring on. I don't like this Gabriel guy. I like Holding. And then after 4 months, bad results, and then he gets sacked when Saka's already been bought by Man City. Goodness me, please no. I'm seeing the Liverpool game from yesterday. Liverpool played badly yesterday. Okay, not that badly, but they did not create as many chances as Liverpool do. Jota missed an open goal. Mane missed. But then they got one chance. Origi came from the bench, got one chance and scored. That is the same thing Keita should have done today. You get one chance, you score. Take advantage of you starting. He didn't. Even if we did sack Arteta, I don't know, honest man, options are only going to be sacked. Some managers. Yeah, I mean, Conte is now gone. Mourinho has a team. Ancelotti has a team. Benitez has a team. All these managers people wanted in the last 1 year, they're all gone. So unless you ask for someone from... I've had Steve Bruce. Just imagine that. Steve Bruce joins Arsenal. Just imagine Steve Bruce joins Arsenal. I mean, I might even like stop. I might change this channel name to everything. Probably make this everything football as well. Because Bill's being considered interim for the season if Isaka Tita no plays. Not at all. Can you just imagine Steve Bruce as Arsenal manager? Before he even joins, is one of those decisions that before he even joins, the fans will like protest with, and he'll be like, no, I won't go because the fans don't want me there. That's how bad it would be. But so many people are out. I mean, it depends on where you look because there's so many people that are out. And then there's the people who say, you know what was Party doing here? Then, well, what was this one doing here? It just depends. Just really depends. Lee was apparently ranting, saying at the out. Yeah, I watched him in the last few minutes. He was absolutely mad. He was not having it at all. More frustration, no progression. That should have been the title. Tactical. I'm going to steal that from you, by the way. I'm going to have that as the title for the player ratings. More frustration, no progression, or no progression, more frustration. That should be the title. In fact, even in honor view right now, tactical for always supporting. I can even change the title right now. I'll probably even change the title right now. That is a good title. I'll use that as the title, tactical. Thank you. No progression, more frustration, no progression. Mission should come fast. That's exactly what it was. And I mean, I did write some notes, but literally, the notes are here. This was the entire game. I wrote the notes, but I just don't have the energy to go through the game. There was a Richarlison offside call. There was that Xhaka yellow as usual. Xhaka always picking up yellow cards. Didn't take him too long. I mean, where do we move from here? That's my worry. Losing to Everton is really bad, but where do we move from here? Because now Martinelli could be injured, Smith Rowe could be injured, Aubameyang is not performing, Lacazette does not fill me up with confidence at all in terms of striker. Where do we move from here? Do you go into the Southampton game again, score one goal and relax? No progression, more. Which one should come first? More frustration, no progression, no progression, more frustration. More frustration. Okay, I'll have no progression. No progression. No progression. I mean, when you lose to Everton, it even becomes hard to spell. No progression, more frustration. Thank you for that article, more frustration. That is exactly how I'm feeling. No progression, more frustration. Perfect. And as you can see the thumbnail, perfect. That's exactly how I'm looking right now. We need a manager to be here for 5 to 6 years minimum. That's the thing. That's the why I was really not keen on sacking Arteta, because I don't think we can get any other manager that can be here for 5 or 6 years. I literally do not think so. Conte could come in for 1 year ago, but he's a Tottenham manager now. Who do you bring in as manager? December as well. There's so many fixtures. You can look at it like Chelsea sacked their manager. They won the Champions League. You can look at it like Tottenham. I saw someone saying Tottenham, United, all have finished ahead of us the last couple of seasons and they've gotten rid of their managers. Only we can go on a 10-game unbeaten run, then should have considered 4 against a team who haven't won in 8 games. Yeah, should have considered that. Sonic says Arteta out. He's not fit to run this club. Sonic has had enough of Mikel Arteta. Okay, Sonic. I'll also ask you about a few players, by the way. Which players frustrated you the most? Because I'm hearing Partey is really annoying a lot of people. I mean, there's a few games that Partey plays and you're like, this is exactly what we need. But then he's been giving away the ball so many times. Is he not fit? Is he waiting for the African Cup? Is his mind already in the African Cup for Ghana? He wants to win that? What is happening? By the way, I think Ben White did have a good game, just to point that out. The tackles he was making, the blocks he was making, I think they were good. Do you want Steve Bruce? Who can we get seriously? I mean, there'll be a debate for that, Cookie. There'll definitely be a debate. By the way, speaking of Cookie, about tactical saying about Lee, I'll try and get Lee on very soon to get his perspective. He's been on for like 3-4 times before. Raj says, why was Tierney subbed? I don't know as well, because Tierney played 3 games for Scotland, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes. He's been on the bench for Watford, been on the bench for Newcastle, been on the bench for Liverpool, been on the bench for United. That's 4 teams. 4 games has been on the bench. So definitely is fit. Or are we trying to say Tavares is definitely better than Tierney, that Tavares is being trusted more, because that is what it looked like. But he did get an assist. Why was Laka preferred to Oba, who also seems to be past his peak? Now, I can tell you why Oba was not picked, but I cannot sit down and tell you why Lacazette should be picked ahead of Aubameyang. That's the thing. I can also, people say, bring Lacazette for Aubameyang, and I'm like, Lacazette has scored 1 goal this season. It is a penalty. Lacazette missed 100 chances as well last season. Does it really fill you up with confidence? It doesn't. There's the few games at the beginning of the season and also last season when Aubameyang was missing chances before he got his hat-trick against Leeds, people were saying drop Aubameyang, and I was like, no. I rather have a 20% Aubameyang who's going to miss 4 chances and score 1 than play Lacazette or Nketiah or those kind of players, because I think Lacazette is going to end up like Rooney or Giggs, like dropping into midfield as a number 10. That's fine. But as a striker, does he have the pace to get in behind? Can he head the ball like in front of a defender and energy and head the ball? I don't think so as well. So I can tell you why Aubameyang was dropped, but I cannot tell you why Lacazette can be preferred ahead of him. And then in the 60th minute, I did say, okay, now we need a second goal if Everton score. So what do? Do you again bring Aubameyang? Because there's no one else on the bench. Pepe does not seem to be interesting anyone at all. Martinelli was on the bench. People were complaining. Bellerin was playing last season. People were complaining. So-and-so was on the bench. People were complaining. Pepe is on the bench, and I'm not even seeing people saying, you know what, Pepe should play. Sonic says Ten Hag. Brendan Rodgers. So Brendan Rodgers this season, though, at Leicester. By the way, I've seen Leicester fans after losing to... Which team did they lose to the other day? They were actually... Brendan Rodgers out was trending. They were like, his time has run out. He reportedly refused United job while we did join Arsenal because Leicester are struggling exactly. But if I was a manager, would I join Arsenal right now? I wouldn't. I actually wouldn't, by the way. He is undergoing a project at Leicester and is in Europe with them. No reason for him to join Arsenal. Also reportedly refused United. Ten Hag and Rodgers refused United. Why would either of them now go to us who aren't in Europe when first is in UCL, having won the group and won the road to UL knockouts? Sonic says a manager who gets played off the park by a manager who's getting sacked in the morning against, when you put it like that, Sonic, it's like a dagger to the heart. When you put it like that, it sounds so terrible. It's actually true. They're about to sack their manager. Their fans were walking out. We have Standards done to the 3rd biggest club in English history. That's what it is, Sonic history. Right now, I'm telling you top 6, and I'm so happy with top 6. Like, times have changed. I was watching Arsenal 2007, 2008 yesterday. Free-flowing football, Fabregas to Van Persie, back to Kleb, Rosiski with a shot, 2-1 Arsenal. Adebayo, 3-0 against Tottenham. It's Van Persie again. It's 4-0 to Arsenal against Blackburn at home. The commentator says, Arsenal at home, he even used words like playing this sexy football, playing this football you can take your eyes off. Arsenal, they've just won 6 games in a row, beating Blackburn 6-0, beating Wigan 5-0, beating Tottenham away from home 3-1, beating United. Those days are long gone, man. Gary Zim says Lacazette ahead of Aubameyang makes sense. Does Lacazette score goals, though? I know he can perform better in terms of giving overall performance, like holding up the ball, maybe involving with the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka, but does Lacazette score goals, though? That's the thing. Our youth kids is a tactical manager's dream. You could say that, but again, would managers accept to just come and have like youngsters? Because if Conte came in today, he'd be like, no, I want players. I want to use 100 million to buy players. Usually, this kind of players that we're using right now, 15 years ago, we were seeing them on the bench. Like, we would have Van Persie, Adebayo, and then you'd see Ramsey and Wilshere on the bench, and then you'd have Clichy playing, and then you'd see Gibbs on the bench. Usually, he used to have these young players on the bench. Now we are depending on them. Now Smith Rowe is not there. Arsenal falls apart. The other day, Saka comes on against United, and he gets a few openings, and that's when I felt like we could score. Like, Saka is on. We can have the magic our legendary club is famous for with these players, but this manager has proved time and time again his inexperience rubs off on the players. Arteta out. Sonic has had enough. We need to keep Arteta long term to keep up the project. Appointing a good manager isn't possible. We aren't in Europe. What can we do? Nobody will join us. It's going to be a big December, I'm telling you. If we end up losing like 3 more games in December from this 7, it's going to be a terrible, terrible thing to even think of. So I'll gather my thoughts. I'll rewatch the game again. I'll see which individual players played poorly. I'll see which kind of tactics we are using, if there were any. I'll see any chances we created, if there were any. And then I'll probably be back tomorrow to do the player ratings, because usually it's very hard to rate players like after seeing them one game. But hey, I don't know if you care about this as well, but the draw for the FA Cup was made, and Arsenal is going to travel to Nottingham Forest away. That will be in January, and Nottingham Forest beat us in this competition. I think it was 2017 or 2018. They actually eliminated us in the same ground. So let's see how it goes. But still, very, very disappointing defeat. I thought everything was going to be good after this Ødegaard goal. But yeah, very disappointing. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Right now, let's just think about this loss. Let's just think about this loss. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.